the confidence, the power of love, the thing that makes us strong. As we read what John tells us, says that this is the confidence that we have. And then when we come to God, that whatever we would ask Him, it would be done. But listen to me. I know that over this series here, I've slowed down a little bit and I'm just kind of imparted, but I need us to get this, because this is what's going to make LifeChangers Church. I want to be known as the lovingest church in Pittsburg, Kansas. I want people to know that there is a power of love that is streaming out the body of us believers. That we've come together, that there is something that moves us, that makes us different. But one of the questions that we have to ask ourselves is because a lot of times we are walking without. Everybody say, I love the preacher. We are walking without. And that shouldn't be. And a lot of times we are walking without because we've lost the confidence. Because we understand that God is love. Look at your neighbor and say, God is love. Look at your neighbor and say, if I abide in Him and He abides in me, then whatever I ask has to be done. And so if God is love, the only way I can abide in God is if I have this thing called love. This power of confidence. I am confident that whatever needs to be done, that Christ can do it. And we can all stand here and we know, because we read the Bible and we truly have this understanding. Yes, Lord, we know that You can do it. But a lot of times we lack the confidence of walking in it, because that's where love becomes. It's one thing to say something and then not do something. And there's a lot of people who can say it, but they really struggle in doing it. A lot of people come to church and they look good praising God. That's how I love the preacher. Singing about God, teaching about God, preaching about God, but still they struggle in the area of love. It's going to be a good one, Lee. We struggle in the area of love because we've lost the confidence to believe in God for ourselves. And you have to understand this thing right here. Listen to me. If you don't pray for yourself, you know yourself. And if you've lost the confidence to pray for yourself, do not depend on somebody else to pray for you. There ought to be a daily routine. Somebody says, well, if you're praying for yourself, you're self-centered. They're a liar. They don't know the Word of God. Come on, brother. And the enemy would like to pull that out of you. He would like to make you feel all that. Well, I'm supposed to pray for everybody else. I'm supposed to do for everybody else. And there you are, lacking in the power and the confidence of love. And so therefore you ain't got nothing to give. And so therefore when you're not giving, you shut up the opportunity to receive. But when you begin to give, you become what Paul says, a distribution center. A distribution center is set up for one thing. It's not selling any goods. Nobody's coming and shopping, but it's to move in, to move out. It's to move in and hold, to ship out and to move. And Paul says we become the distribution of Christ. That what He has given to us is distributed to other people. So our hearts and our minds and our souls and our life all dwells and belongs in one thing, and that is love. And if we have confidence in who we are serving, And we need to stop for just a minute and have confidence in ourselves. Who is it? What is it? What has happened in our lives that has moved us to the point to where we quit believing? I'm just going to sit right down in your lap this morning. What is it that has stopped us to the point to where we quit believing? We keep walking in what everybody else sees, but somewhere along the line we have lost the hope. We quit believing. A lot of things that are going on, a lot of things that are happening. Everybody say, I love the preacher again. A lot of things we are forcing and making happy and making happen, so therefore it's not true happiness. I remember one time, me and Anna, we hadn't been married very long. There was this Chevy diesel truck. It was 4-wheel drive. And I said, I want that truck. Anna said, you don't need that truck. I said, I want that truck. It's a diesel. And it's a 4-wheel drive. And every time I started, it'd go. And so, I began to try to force this thing. And I remember, this was back in 1998. I hadn't been married very long. I was forcing this thing because it was cheap. It was cheap because it's a piece of junk. Sometimes because it's cheap don't mean it's better. But I was forcing this thing. And even though God was trying to show me different, I was forcing something because I was ready to bless myself. I'm going somewhere with this. Listen to me. A lot of people walk in a forced blessing, but a forced blessing doesn't last. It lasts until the car payment comes around. It lasts until the mortgage comes around. It lasts until they come to you at Jim's Steakhouse and said it's $65. Woo! I could have went to McDonald's for $25. When you force this thing, love isn't forced because love's not puffed up. Love does not carry no grudge. Love does not care about anything else. Love is not trying to make somebody feel lower so they can feel up. Love moves in and love brings everybody together. And love has this unforced rhythm of grace.